So I wanted to talk about this Juvia's Place palette in particular, and I'm only going to use one brush, one brush, this tiny little brush right here. This is my favorite kind of brush. It is an eyeshadow brush, but it's not very feathery, so you can't like just place the pigment. This is very precise. When you put the pigment on your eye, as you can see I've done right down here, this is this shade, by the way, right here, which is, it looks very different on my eye, does it not? Right? Let's see. Very Aguisal. This is a very Aguisal pigment. And feather it out and blend, right? Because it does look good. Blend it out like this. And then let's look at this one here. No, I'm not going to clean my brush in between. Judgy. So judgy. I'm going to put it right here in the corner of my eye, because that right there is actually what looks good on my face. and then you go in and you just like, yeah, right? So we have your Aguisal, we have like the corner. Trying to get, like, pick up the pigment and just kind of like carry it down. But that's, I mean, that's what looks good on my eye shape. And honestly, like, people really get weird about like how makeup is supposed to look. But it's about your creativity and about the substance behind what you're doing. Because also, like, then, okay, we have this darker shade over here. Okay. Because I have like a puppy shaped eye. I don't have like a cat shaped eye. So I just kind of like pack on pigment here in the corner. And I'm going to you kind of like create that corner based on and that looks so bright on me, but like that's what it looks like on the palette. It does not look that bright on the palette, which is incredible to me. But I'm very pale. Very pale skin. And then I want to investigate this pan here, but I'm just gonna pick it up like this and just use it as a wash across and down. Yeah, that looks so good, honestly. Because, I mean, okay, so, yeah. And then, going a little bit like this. Like, the most staying lip color that you're going to get is from eyeshadow. I don't care what anyone else has told you. It has not worked like that for me. Or anyone else that I know. So I'm also going to pick up like a little bit of these glitters and like use them to kind of like eye my lid or line my lids. Lining your lids with a darker color honestly is not necessarily the best advice. Like, you want to get a little bit darker under your eye because that'll help define the eye shape. And especially if, so I haven't done it here, but sometimes you want to make your eye look really big, right? That. So you'll put lighter shade under the eye because your lower lashes are not as defined. But that's not what we're going for here. Just want it to be sparkly and pink. And I'm going to take this and just kind of like put it up here on my lips and use it as like a highlight. And then down here. Excuse me. You want to go, so I don't really have darker colors in this palette. I know, it looks like I do, right? Like this. Is this a darker color? It's not really, because this is what I used under my eye. So I guess I could use it a little bit to show. Like, you want to use a darker color kind of here in the corner. There, see? Look how defined this is, and then versus over here. So you can like take and just blend it out. I mean, honestly, like when I put on actual lipstick, well, I'll show you in a second, because I've been enjoying. Yeah, see, look how defined like the corner of your mouth is now. All the most defined lip looks I've ever seen have been created with eyeshadow, in all fairness. Just so you see what I'm doing. You have to create that shape with powder. You can't create it with like a lipstick consistency. So that was all. No. All of that has been created with this. and this. That's all I've done to my face. And now I am going to go back in because this is a color I actually really like. This is just something that I found on Amazon, so it doesn't matter exactly what it is, because the pigment color is like this very dark kind of cherry color. And I have had other lipsticks that were kind of this color. It's very dark, it's very cherry, and you can use it to pigment your mouth. I know, right? You can use any lipstick to pigment your mouth. That's not what I'm saying. It's more like a stain. You see this color? It's like a dark kind of cherry red. So you can use it very sparingly. And it doesn't matter what lipstick this is. I'm not going to link any of these products in the description. And I mostly like put on the inside of my lips. Like, I'm not trying to define what my lip shape is with this, right? Yeah, I got these at Michael's earlier. Not to be too acquisitional about it. No, not my primer. Yeah, so this is the one primer that I own too. I have this one, and then I also have this one. You know, just very like discount slimy green primer. So all of these you can use also as blush. I think of all of them, I'm going to try this one first as like an actual blush because of the pigmentation and how it shows up on the skin. See like how bright that is on me? Like, it does look a bit burned, you know? Like, even as a coloration. I like it. You know, I have been at Hermosa all day. But like, that is this is like these two are the dullest of all of the pigments in this palette. And actually, like, looking at it on my skin, they show up like really brightly, which I love. I'm not saying, you know, anything against that. Because honestly, yeah, like, I could use a little bit of waking up here in my pigmentation. I do have like a pretty pale skin tone too. I have two modes, which is very bronzed. Wait, this arm is a better example of that. This is like my most bronzed, and then like my skin does not change very much in the sun. Blessed in that way, I suppose. Not a sunburner. Ooh, let's see what else we got in here though, actually. Because I got some glitter. I have, I really want to find a good, like, this orange. I want to find that color in lipstick because it would look amazing on me. I have this, which I know you're like, ooh. Right? But it's like several orange pigmentations that I've melted down together to be like a good shade. And this is the kind of color I would like to have as like a lipstick. But what I really, the way I really want this color is in, let me show you, like this format. Like I have this purple lip crayon, and if I had like this color in this format, that would be impeccable. But also because this is a very like staining kind of a color, so you can see like I can like paint it a little bit on the bottom here, and you can kind of like, because purple and orange actually kind of like create dimension and shadow to your look. So you can see that I can actually add like this purple color, and it kind of works. And you kind of want that actually, because it like adds dimension. Whereas if I just have this palette, it looks very bright actually on my skin, which, as I said before, I love. I do. I love that. But also, ooh, where did I put that brush? Oh, here it is. Okay. So, again with the Found Cosmetics. Virginia, what are you doing to us? So this is no longer this orange lip balm. I have, let's see if I can actually, yeah, okay. I made it a dichromatic thing, so you can actually like take this brush again, and then this is something that I would also go in under the eye with to define that shape. And go in the outer corner here, right? So you can like get that crease. Oh, how perfect is that wing? Didn't even do that on purpose. See if I can get it to do that on the other side at all. Not quite the same effect. Yeah. Sometimes you have to like sweep it back. It's on the opposite side to get that effect. There we go. You just kind of make it. Although, like, that's pretty sharp and defined. It's hard to get it quite like that on both sides. Not to mention the fact that you really should add like this little corner bit here. How did I make it? I hear you guys in the comments right now. I ordered that like dichromatic glitter and I combined it with a, yeah, you know, on the Cupid's bow. You're right, I really should. Yeah. I ordered dichromatic glitter and then I just combined it with the base of my choosing. You can always clean any of this up with a brush too, like, and clean it up with a brush doesn't look like necessarily what you think it looks like. See right here, a lot of people have, this is kind of like, yeah, you like my earrings, don't you? You kind of get like these right here, and that helps you define your lip shape. You could be like very ferocious with your lip shape if you want to. Very much right there, and then also, like I mentioned before, clean it up into the corners. Even though, like, this is a shimmery shade, so you don't necessarily want to be using it for definition, but it does add like a little bit of shape. Especially if you're not going for that lip fillers look. I've been genetically blessed, so I haven't had like fillers or Botox or anything like that. Nothing against people who get that, but I feel like people tend to look older once they've gotten that. Like, I'm 40 now, and I don't look 40.